Hello, friend. Let's check the news together, get some updates, and see what is out there for us. Well, I don't like to disappoint, but the news can't always be hot, my friend. Sometimes you gotta take it easy too, like my bro Adam Rogers. You gotta take a chill pill sometimes. In fact, I don't even mind if the news is boring, but it's not so boring. It's always linked. You know how we like to do things. We like to link stuff. But we can only cook food with the ingredients that we got. Adam Rogers says, Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Big man, forget, hope you're feeling better, bro. I'm good, bro. I don't know, man. Did I say I was not? I hope I didn't say I was sick or anything. But if you mean my heart's not into it, yeah, bro. Tell me, be honest, my heart's not too into it. When you read macabre news like this, and you notice the dangerous stuff all the time, it gets to you, man. You kind of want to break. But you know how this Montreal world stuff happens, Montreal underworld stuff. It all comes in a bunch. It comes in a bunch, and then you got to keep going. But I do appreciate that. I appreciate that. At least when I die in a few years, and then in the future when we're all gone, they'll do detective work and they'll unearth the history of Montreal's underworld, and they might bring out the name forger, and that should be enough for me. As long as I can have enough to eat and not have a mental struggle. All right. So the main news, my man. Not the main news. I mean, let's get to the news, my man. We got the SQ's stupefier bust. We like to look at busts to learn, to teach ourselves, to notice things. Now, what I see here is equipment. It doesn't look like they're growing hydroponics, aren't they? It looks like they might be pressing M&Ms. And there you go. It says M&Ms right here. Let's check this out. What they got. Where was this? In Notre-Dame-des-Bois. You gotta feed the people. The people like the junkies love this. So you see it looks like a clandestine lab, super professional. Look at that. They even got the fire extinguisher there. It looks like a factory, like a chemical factory, like as if it's in the basement of a business, man. No freaking joke. He's not doing it in the living room like the guy we heard that was doing it in Dorval, remember? Here you go. What do we have here? So it was on Wednesday in Chemin Claude Valence in Notre-Dame-des-Bois. The officers arrested the occupants. A 46-year-old man was arrested in the middle of producing capsules of M&Ms. Dang. And who is he? Oh, we actually got a face. We got a face with a name. And if I could have bet my $1 million, it would be a white guy, but it's not. It's not. We got a new trend here. Usually it's the old white guys, 50-ish years old, They're the guys that know how to do these M&M-ish shit, especially in the Quebec regions. But no, not at all. It's a Eddie Amador Rojas, 37 years old, and he's wanted. Another individual, okay? He's an accomplice. Could the first man be an Antoine or something? He's not here. He's not appearing, but double check. Did we get it? 46-year-old man was arrested. They don't give the name. They're protecting his name. That's a funny one. They usually do it for kids. They did not do it for this 40-ish-year-old man. Instead, they gave the face of the person that's still on the run that they want to catch. So they give the name of Eddie Amador Rojas, but our other dude, they're protecting his name for some strange reason, unless I'm making a mistake here. But I guess that's all we get for now. It's an interesting turn, because this is not a joke here. But let's get to the next. Remember the car that was burning? Well, that they talked about the car in front of a residence. Well, apparently, in front of a property, we said, right? We didn't have any clear-cut word of what property it was. Well, it was his home. They're actually targeting Emil Benamore at his place. They know where he lives. Now, if you checked our community section, I posted a picture a few minutes ago. It's the second time this happened. I'm minding my own. I receive a message from my cousin, and he tells me this time he tells me, "Hey, I know this man," you know. So I'm like, it's like this is this. Someone pulls that on you after it's the second time. You start saying, "Are you messing with me or not?" Because first time he said he knew Younes Ataki, or one of the leaders of Arab Power, I guess. Now this time, and then he tells me, yeah, I knew him when he was a kid or something like that. Don't remember the text. I have a bad memory, but I posted it. Now he's telling me that was my lawyer too. So, I don't go around asking, hey, but do you know something about this guy? That's not my personality at all. I'm not that guy. I leave that to the people, the American channels, who don't give a ish, and they will go ask people. I don't do that. You could ask how many people send me emails. They could corroborate with this. They start opening their mouth. I tell them it's good, bro. I don't really want to know. I don't ask an extra question. I don't ask for clarifications. I don't do any of that. I just want to read the newspapers, and I don't want to know what I shouldn't really know. And I definitely don't want to cause any hardship and pain for anybody, man. Even if I don't like what you're doing, even if I think it's evil, I don't want to hurt you either. But at the same time, I'm not gonna congratulate you for your deeds, bro. So, anyways, my cousin tells me that he knew that lawyer, and I didn't ask more than that. I just said someone in the comments. Remember, guys, we try to piece this together. Someone in the comments initially, when we had no information, said, I used to see this lawyer, and he would help me pay my ticket. If I had a fine or whatever, a speeding ticket, something crazy, whatever, that's the guy you would go to, and he would get you off the hook, but he would charge you, like, I don't know what he said, like $100 or $200 per point of that they don't remove from your permit, or something like that, right? That was in the comment. Someone posted that. That was believable. You could take that at face value and say, okay, yeah. But then someone else said, my boys used to pay him in snow. We know to make the payments, to pay the lawyer fees, you'd pay him with snow. Now that one, it could be someone trying to make how could I say, slide an invention into the comments and try to, just maybe he doesn't like the guy, maybe he's trying to make him look bad, etc. So I don't take that. I never take those comments and say that's what happened. I never do that. I do if it does happen, I present it to you. Not always, but sometimes I completely discount them. But that guy, there was no. I had a good sense that there's too many people. There's 2-3 people telling me shady-ish about this lawyer. So when 2-3 people tell me shady shit, well, at that point, I'm gonna take it a little bit more serious, and maybe on the show I will say this is what these people have been saying. But if one comment on the corner says something outlandish, I'm gonna be careful because I don't want someone to lie and ruin his reputation. So I had 2-3 of them that was making it look real, But if I had any doubts, it was cleared from my mind when out of the blue, because the forger's cousin does watch once in a while. Well, now I'm surprised. It seems he's been watching more than that. He sent me this. This message, and I posted it for you there. And I only posted one of them. I'm too lazy because it's from my phone. I don't want to. I have to take it from my phone, send it to my computer, and then I gotta snipe my cousin's name out of there, everything, and then post it. I'm too lazy to do that twice. Once is enough. He sent me something else too, But the first thing, the ticket stuff, corroborated. But the other thing, he accepts multiple payment options. That was not slander, I trust my own flesh and blood. If he tells me this, he tells me this is it. At this point, it's nothing far-fetched, You could see the text message. I posted half of it just for you to see, So, Emil, why I'm telling you all this? Because it's not going to look very favorable for us to believe Emil Benamore is randomly being put into multiple situations, such as maybe the last year's apartment burning. Now that one, we wanted to, it looked so good, but then we had the psychopath to consider, But again, the police can't prove the psychopath did it. They suspect him, and sometimes the police, they want to pin anyone they can find, and the psychopath had just escaped prison. He's an easy target too. So, but we give him the benefit of the doubt for that. Although, I'm starting to cross my eyes right now. But the other problem is that building that burned downtown. Now, I no longer think it's a question of they were just going to extort the restaurant at the bottom. I'm having more doubts of that, because that's not only what's been going on. They're burning his car. They're drive-buying his business. Now let me now think about this. How important is it for you to take off the heat? Like, you remember we said it could be a distraction, a diversion. So they're burning the main restaurant. They wanted to extort the main restaurant, but instead they're targeting Benamore by just to make it look like a cover-up. Now let me tell you this: you do that so you don't get caught, right? But would you do three more crimes like this, increasing the odds of you getting caught? This is like almost like I forgot the words in the mathematics, when I studied back in the days. Was it like a combination or a permutation when you calculate the risk? Like, this is one on top of the other adding up like this. I don't think you'll be covering up one crime, doing three separate dates, using probably kids. This is just too many risks, too complicated, too evolved, too much risk taking just to cover another crime. You do three more like this. I don't buy it. So what I'm trying to tell you this is, I don't think it's no accident that, or we can excuse Emil Benamore like this, or that, he's just wrong place, And at this point, I think that there's too many shady stuff happening around him. He likes the shady stuff. He's defended probably shady people. Now, I can confirm you this. I'm not telling you I can confirm you this. Can't share all my text message, but that's. I don't have the answer. Don't get me wrong here. I do not have an answer that I'm hiding from you. Oh, here's what's going on. I have no clue. But I do have clues. Clues to who he is. That's what I'm trying to tell you here. So, note that we've had multiple lawyers in Montreal, high-profile lawyers that became pretty much gangsters. We had one that was part of the table. He was the intermediary with the second generation Sicilian faction. He was busted with them. Cavaliere was his name. That was just one. I have another one. The name's not popping up in my head. But it looks like these lawyers, they get, because of their nature of their job, their positions, they meet a bunch of different people from life. I'm telling you this as a fact. You logically, this. And what my cousin, basically, he had this lawyer. He's telling me other people had this lawyer. This is no coincidence there. And I think that when you have someone like him, through time, he can become an important asset to people there. They become friends. And I'm trying to explain to you this. The Arab mafia guys, I'll call them Arab mafia, Arab power guys. We've been covering them for weeks, and we know it's people that grew up in the West Island. Many of them, though, I grew up in the West Island. At least their leaders, or a few of them, whoever they are, they grew up in the West Island. And they're tied to West Island gangs. We named a few, except just Arab Power. We had Rolling 90s. We had a picture of him with Marquins Villemé himself. Do you remember that? So it's like a West Island thing right there. It's not an accident. I had a cousin from Bucktown, so it's his lawyer too over there. How is all of this an accident? Emil Benamore, the Moroccan Jew, he's chosen as well. There's a lot of things aligning perfectly there. He's someone that looks like he's been a favored lawyer for people over there. That's pretty much a certainty for me now, is what it's looking at. I can never say 100% probably, but look, I got my idea. No, actually, I can confirm this. Sorry, I shouldn't. I always try to stay on the safe side, and then I really rethink about it. And no, that's what it is. That's what it is. So he's been defending a bunch of criminals over there. Now, for legal reasons, disclaimer, I guess I'm guessing, I guess I'm guessing, I'm just trying to figure things out here, Mr. Benamore. And I don't wish you anything bad. In fact, I think that what they're doing, whatever it is, I don't think you could do anything. I don't think you offed anyone. I didn't think you banged his girlfriend. I don't think nothing like that happened. I think that you dipped your toes at the wrong place, and they look at you like food. And you put yourself in that situation. Unfortunately, you didn't stay on the right side of the law, it seems like. I don't hear lawyers getting all this happening to them. You're the first that we're reading about this stuff. All right, okay, yeah. The guy, the fat man who tried to off a lawyer because the bank was suing him, so he was trying to off the bank's lawyers. You remember that story? But that has nothing to do with this type of scenario. That lawyer is completely legitimate. He was just targeted because he was helping the bank to sue the guy. There's a difference. So that's what I wanted to come back on with the car burning for Emil Benamore, putting all these things together, talking with you, laughing a little bit, clowning with each other. Let's see what they're going to do here.
Oui, l'affaire rouge.
I'm going to... Sorry if it blows up your ears, but...
Des images saisissantes de l'incendie criminel de la voiture de luxe de l'avocat et homme d'affaires Emil Benamore.
The striking images of the luxury car parked in front of the lawyer Emil Benamore.
Filmé par des voisins,
Filmed by the neighbors.
réveillé par un bruit d'explosion.
Awakened by a noise of explosions.
Je me suis réveillé en entendant un gros boom de
I woke up and by the sound of a big boom over there
l'auto de Emile.
next to the car of Emil. Look how he knows the name of the lawyer, neighbor right there. It's as if it was you see the funniness out of it. Look at how he does it. Look at this.
Un gros boom de l'auto de Emile, suivi par comme un gros éclat de lumière, puis genre c'est tout arrivé dans l'espace de quelques secondes.
And everything happened in a space of like a few seconds.
Il était environ 3 heures quand un suspect qui aurait été capté par des caméras du
It was around 3 a.m. when a suspect was captured on camera.
voisinage aurait fui les lieux à pied après avoir
He would have fled the scene on foot.
allumé un brasier avec des accélérants.
After having he fled, but before that he used accelerants to burn that car.
Il y a une semaine, ce sont les bureaux de l'avocat situés dans le vieux Montréal
And it's been only a week ago when the offices of the lawyer in downtown
qui étaient pris pour cible.
that was drive-by.
17 coups de feu ont été tirés sur le bâtiment comme si on voulait lui envoyer un message.
As if we wanted to send him a message.
Cette personne-là sait avec qui elle peut avoir eu des conflits dans le passé lointain ou proche. Cette personne-là sait si elle a eu des menaces, sait si elle a pu contracter des dettes, est-ce qu'elle a emprunté de l'argent aux mauvaises personnes. Et cette information-là est cruciale pour les policiers.
What the hell? I hate when they talk like this, man. Cette personne. Well, tell us who cette personne is. Is that this person?
Là, sait
Give us just the person you're talking about. Genius.
avec qui elle peut avoir eu des conflits dans le passé. Cette personne-là sait avec qui elle peut avoir...
All right, so he's afraid of the lawyer. He says, I'm assuming he's saying this lawyer knows with who he had business dealings before. This lawyer knows who he may have pissed off. This lawyer.
avoir eu des conflits dans le passé lointain ou proche.
And this lawyer will remember when he had conflict with someone, whoever it was, a long time ago.
Cette personne-là sait si elle a eu des menaces, sait
And this person, this lawyer, knows if he had received, threats.
si elle a pu contracter des dettes, est-ce
And
qu'elle
this
a emprunté
lawyer
de l'argent
knows if he
aux
contracted
mauvaises
debts.
personnes. Et cette information-là est cruciale pour les policiers.
And this information is crucial for officers.
Pour le moment, Maître Emil Benamore se contente de défrayer la manchette depuis 18 mois. Nous ne l'avons croisé qu'une seule fois la semaine dernière dans le vieux
We only crossed paths with Mr. Benamore one time last week in the middle of downtown.
Montréal où
In the old port, by the way,
il a tenté de se tenir le plus loin possible de notre caméra.
where he attempted to stay as far as possible from our cameras.
Sur la sellette depuis le 16 mars 2023, en raison de l'incendie criminel de la place Diouville qui a fait 7 morts et 9 blessés, il tentait de se faire oublier. Puis,
So they're saying that, I don't know, I guess they said he didn't want to be interviewed. He's running away from the cameras. And he's been trying to lay low, basically, since last year's fire, the one I told you, where they suspect it was the psychopath, but I'm having my doubts now, But even then, if those guys burned the property last year, there was nothing that happened in between for a whole year. Whereas this time, they burned the property, and after they burned the property, they went at his... Like a week later, not even, they drive by this business place. A week later, they burned the car in front of his home. You see what I'm saying? If it was last year, these guys, would it just torch the place and then for a whole year it would be silent? You feel what I'm saying? It wouldn't make sense too, We got to consider that. So, but they're saying here that regardless, we don't know for sure. It could be the psychopath, probably, or maybe, just maybe, this is part of the storyline from that started last year. But in a sense, it's not likely. But yeah, since then, he doesn't like media attention.
Le 4 octobre, un autre incendie criminel sur la rue Notre-Dame-Est
And now this is the latest fire on the 4th of October.
a fait 2 morts et 2 blessés graves.
2 deaths and 2 hurt.
L'avocat qui possède les 2 immeubles où des unités de location de courte durée étaient exploitées durant les drames a été vivement critiqué par les occupants pour l'absence de normes incendie.
C'est sûr et certain que Maître Benamore est le dénonciateur.
So they're saying the mumbo jumbo, like, oh, the building wasn't safety, safe for fires. You know, you have to have all those. There's so many laws, infinite laws. Even if you want to drive a freaking vehicle, man, there's just so many rules. You go to prison for anything. So yeah, his property didn't have this perfect thing there, or whatever. They're trying to pin him on safety hazards type of stuff, you know.
Dénominateur commun de l'ensemble de ces événements-là. Les enquêtes verront à savoir est-ce qu'il y a un lien entre.
Now, what the interesting part is, remember they're going to open public inquiry, but this public inquiry will combine an investigation on the fire from 2023 and the one from 4th of October. And they're saying that they're going to look at both of these fires to see what's the common denominator here. Could this be linked to the underworld, you know, especially the first one?
Chaque événement.
Les enquêteurs de la police de Montréal poursuivent leur enquête afin de comprendre qui peut bien, au sein du crime organisé, en vouloir à ce point à Maître Emil Benamore.
So they want to figure out by doing that, by looking at both, that maybe they can know the cause, you know, maybe it will help find the cause of what's this, like, why does the underworld want Emil Benamore's neck? Why are they sending him this kinds of message? Let's be real, he'd be dead. If they wanted him dead, he'd be dead right now, without a question. So they're keeping him alive. What did he do? What do they want him to make happen? That's the $100,000 question.
Qui a refusé jusqu'ici de nous parler à la caméra. Ici, Pascal.
All right, he says he refused to speak to him. We're going to just double check any facts here. No, it's the repeat of stuff we know. All right, guys, here's a new development too, City of Montreal. So this is very relevant for us. The SPVM arrests 5 suspects that were targeting commerces with extortion. Yeah? We talk about commerce extortions, right? We're sort of received a new player here, Arab Power doing it. We learned that there was 3 gangs extorting downtown, apparently. They didn't name the 3, but we did get one of them is definitely, they believe, Arab Power. But now look, they're saying they arrested 5 suspects, right? 5 suspects. You know, this could be 5 people within one of those 3 major gangs. Not saying they're gang members of that gang, but they're inside of their, if you will, pipeline or structure where they call people, foot soldiers, to go do their dirty jobs, right? And let's see. It says 5 individuals, 3 of them minors. That checks out. Remember, Arab Power, they suspect, sent that 14-year-old kid to Quebec City to, through EGK, whatever, and to go to the bunker of the Red Devils, Hells Angels, to burn it up. They sent the kid, remember? And the same guys who sent the kid to burn the bunker, aren't they also the same guys very likely to be part of these Arab guys beefing with this Arab lawyer who they used, who seems to defend multiple people from their neighborhood? Huh? What are all these coincidences? And these guys who sent the kid to burn the bunkers, well, here you see 5 guys for extortion arrested in that city, Montreal, and 3 of them are minors. Doesn't that all fit a similar trend, you know? Not saying you can't always say they're linked to the same people, but remember, we have 3 major gangs in Montreal extorting people. That's something that we learned. Well, 3 criminal groups. They're not necessarily 3 gangs. One of them is a, quote, street gang or prison gang. That we can confirm. The other two, it could be the Montreal Mafia. It could be something else. It was not It was not named. So what we got here: 5 arrests and 3 of them minors. But the minor part does follow the trend. So we have a 14-year-old. They're attempting to burn down Verdun. So now they have their tentacles set to the southwest of Montreal. They want this, which does follow very well. This is it. The southwest is it's pretty much downtown. It's pretty much downtown. You just need to remember we showed you the Wellington Street. You would cross cross over on the south side, and I told you that's Point St. Charles. Well, now you're entering the territory of the southwest. You see what I'm saying? It's like you could walk to the southwest from the old port. In fact, I used to do it. I used to do it just for leisure, as I lived in that area, which I don't miss. But it wasn't stuff like this happening. But we are finding out now, me and you. So put this on your mind now. This is going to be highly important for us. None of this is happening by accident. These are concerted efforts between people, minds. No 14-year-old is a mastermind, man. Someone on top of these guys are telling him what to do. The brains, and you need to put this in your how could I say, in your understanding for the future. This one's important. So we got Southwest, Verdun, extortions over there. They're talking about, and a restaurant in the downtown core. There you go, a bar in Verdun and a restaurant at downtown core. The same people for these 2 extortions. So right away, it links a downtown core extortion. Remember we said 3 gangs doing the downtown core? Well, now we just found out 5 individuals with 3 minors are being charged for extorting downtown core and the southwest Verdun area. Huh? How much more do you need? We found out that Arab Power was in the downtown core. One of them. They're the ones using kids. I don't know. There ain't too many people willing to do this stuff, man. Let's keep going. So we're going to 2 other suspects. So yeah, we're going to skip this. We just know they're teens. Teens and maybe 2 adults in there. Yeah, here you go. The 2 adults. A 30-year-old man and a 20-year-old woman. So how does this work? First, the establishment initially receives threats. He received threats in July. And then they receive rounds of fire 3 different times on the restaurant. Does not check out. We've been reading the stories throughout the year. They would say, oh, this property was burned this morning. But it wasn't the first time. It was the second or third time. Do you know how many times me and you read a pattern like this? We did, didn't we? And then we would read, oh, and they also, they shot this place 3 times in a row. Have we not read that also? You've been with me a while now. We've been reading that over and over and over again. And here is an example, clear as day for you to look at. But what's good about this is people got caught. That's what I want you to appreciate here. Note, this establishment had initially been the object of threats at the end of July. And then gunshots were fired 3 different times on the exterior of the restaurant, just like Emil Benamore we just showed you when they drive by the offices, right? There you have it, man. And what are they? They are 3 teens and 2 young adults. Well, no, one of them's young. One of them 20, the other one's 30. And who are they extorting now? The bar on Wellington Street, and that's the one from Verdun. Now, you have to know, Wellington seems to go to the downtown core. So what we saw last time, me and you, on the near Wellington, that was not Verdun. That was more of the downtown core. Now we're talking about Verdun, because the Wellington does go there. By the way, this is for those who are interested, you Irish people. Wellington Street. If there was any more historically Irish street in the whole Montreal, maybe even Quebec, it's there. It's Wellington Street. Wellington Street. I think that the real last remaining the last time that it was truly an Irish neighborhood, the last time it was like the last remnants, the majority were leaving, was in the 80s. I even showed you a documentary of a bunch of those Irish people who were being discriminated for jobs. You know, when the francophone fever came and they hated everything English, and they were how you call it, assimilating street names also. Like, René Lévesque, that was not the real street name. It was Dorchester Boulevard. But they don't care about Mr. Dorchester. They wiped that out of the memory. It has to be René Lévesque. But what happened is there was a lot of animosity, people applying for work. You had an accent. You didn't sound 100% francophone. You were getting discriminated. That's the part they don't want to ever tolerate a discussion of and acknowledgement, And me, I told you, I go after everybody. And that's how I started my channel. I showed you the documentary of the people there struggling, and they're saying, like, I'm applying and I'm not getting any calls back or anything like that. I want to become a police officer. I can't. They're telling me no. Like, there was some sad stuff like that. I like to bring the plight of everybody. Pretty sad stuff. But that was the Irish Westies area, my friend. Well, Rue Wellington, right there. Okay. Anything else we can come here? Well, we're good here. We're good. Let's go to the next story. Oh, yeah. We remember we found the mother and son, Italian. Was it Arcuri? The reason it caught my interest is because, well, there used to be a Domenico. Maybe was it? Let me just remember the name, because I think I might get the name. Yeah, Arcuri, right? I thought there was a Domenico Arcuri or something like this. I can't remember the first name. That we heard they got offed a few years ago, or he went missing, something like that. So when but the thing is, you never know. You never know. There's too many Arcuris. It could not necessarily be them, but it was very suspicious. They found a body in this car, and the mother and son, They didn't have any more details than that. But it was in St-Léonard. And I'm not very keen and fond of believing I'm never going to jump the gun and say, what do you mean? A wealthy looking, affluent living lifestyle, driving a nice car, 55-year-old man will off his 76-year-old mother with himself in the car. I would never even cross my mind, man. But so when that happens, I become suspicious, and I tell myself, maybe this was a mob offing, But in a way, we find out today the good and bad news. The good news is, it's good to see that we can't blame nothing like this on the mob. So they don't do this type of things. It's not something that we're reading, And I'm glad about that. But the sad news is, that's what happened, it seems, man. Let me just translate for you so you understand what I'm saying. I guess you already know. Let me just read it for you, pal. Sorry about that.
Le SPVM enquête sur un incendie criminel d'un véhicule survenu à Dorval la nuit dernière.
Wait a sec. They're giving us. Sorry, this is.
They're
doing the Benamore one, so that makes no sense. Oh, my bad. I thought you said incendie. My bad.
Survenu à Dorval la nuit dernière, Annick, tous ces.
Oh, he is talking about that. Let me just follow. Yeah, that's the Benamore one. Incendie à Dorval. This is the one we want.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? Parce que ce qu'on nous dit, c'est qu'il y a un suspect là, qui aurait pris la fuite et qu'on a retrouvé là, de l'accélérant non loin de la scène. Et c'est survenu vers 3 heures environ cette nuit, là, donc un véhicule qui a été...
They're still talking about Benamore, but they're showing the St-Léonard one.
Et incendié le criminel. Donc, selon nos informations, ce serait Emil Benamore qui aurait encore une fois d'attaque un peu de la sorte, on dit mortelle, qui est survenue il y a environ 2 semaines.
Par ailleurs, Annick.
Dans une voiture trouvée. François, c'est qu'on parlerait d'une mort qui est violente et donc 2 corps qui ont été retrouvés. C'est vraiment dans le parc industriel là, de l'arrondissement de Saint-Léonard, dans une voiture qui était là, stationnée. Et le SPVM qui a été appelé là, autour de minuit pour 2 corps qui étaient dans une voiture, aller voir qu'est-ce qui se passait. On fait des manœuvres de réanimation et finalement le décès a été constaté là, sur place. Et bon, le SPVM ne fait pas encore de lien, mais il faut quand même comprendre qu'on se souvient hier, on a médiatisé la disparition de 2 personnes de 50.
So they're not really... This video might be too old. Man. Give me 1 second. I want to see if they updated the article for us, or because I don't want you to reread what we read, right? There you go. So they did update it because we did not have this. I guarantee you we did not have that picture. All right. I'm going to see which part. Okay, yeah. So we're look. This is the Thursday afternoon. The police considered that they were considering that this affair that happened was two suspicious deaths. Well, according to police sources, it would really be now they believe that this was a murder-suicide, guys. Even if they are studying the thesis that this was a suicide pact. So do you think this could happen, a suicide pact between a mother and the son? Together deciding they're okay with this? Man, I have a hard time swallowing this, bro. But anything's possible in the world, just not too often, right? Let me see what we got. So you see here, the important point is you see a rope. You see that rope? It says the two bodies had ropes around the neck, guys, when they were discovered on Thursday, the 17th of October, inside of that vehicle parked in a commercial parking lot in St-Léonard. Realistically, it looks like the man and mother who disappeared Tuesday may have off themselves. He has no criminal background, Giuseppe Arcuri. And he was being sued in 2022 for $74,000. Maybe it was a suicide, but man, I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Wow, so he attached. Oh, I see what happened, guys. They attached a rope here. They put it in the car, and he put it on his neck and his mother's neck. That is crazy, man. Sad, man. Maybe he knew he won't be able to take care of his mom. They'll be, man. That's disturbing. Let me just quickly read some comments. I got lost here. Zico is talking. Maybe that's why. Okay, there you go. Zico says the reason for the lawyer one, it was the reason they're targeting him. He's talking. Maybe that's why Benamore is cooked. Looks like he's deaf being targeted. I'm happy you are here, buddy. Yeah, thanks, bud. I'm happy to have you too, man. You know, I appreciate the kindness, guys. The love, kindness to me, to each other and everyone, man. Yes, don't go with what most people say, bud. Stay with the fact. Well, yeah, exactly. In the comments, you don't know who's saying what if they're trying to slide something in, you know. But when I got it from my cousin, I believe him, you know. I'm going to believe my cousin. What we got? But Craft Mint Incorporated, Crafty Friday, bro. Yeah, it's Friday, man. It's midnight. I want to end the stream soon. I don't want to forget, but I want to just read every comment here, and we'll continue. Give me just 10 more seconds here. This crazy overall looks like a big player war to me. From the youth, forever young, big importation and such are sponsored, and he fits the profile. This is just me. I don't have a clue. More kids make extortion. Yeah, makes sense. That's why I sent you the other video about the arrest in Ontario, but what was going on in MTL, it's all connected. They are second grader. Yeah, that's the Irish sector. The real truth. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate this, man. Well, unfortunately, the channel is dead, you know, but we're good. It's just us. We're going to hang out together, and that's good enough for me, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. As long as we enjoy each other's company, man. You and the other 30 people here, we're good, man, you know, but yeah. Great channels are the ones who basically they have a lot of growth and things like that. You know, me, it's not going to be the case here. Some people said, "Hey, man, sell some merchandise." I could never, you know. I appreciate them. They're from the kindness. They're saying this, but I could never sell something to you, bro. Yeah, you, each one of you there. I could never hustle you, bro. Like some people, they do this stuff, you know. I look at it, I can't help myself. I would feel like I'm hustling you. And I'm not down for that. Even if you told me you're not hustling me, man, I'll be glad to. I still, in my heart, feel like I'm hustling you. And I cannot hustle my friend. It's just not going to happen. You know, friends don't sell friends shit. They give it to each other. They share it with each other, man. I would never sell it to you, ever, something like that. So, but I appreciate it, man. Shout out to Big 50, my man, Big 50, He's the big brother over here. We look up to him. And he says, what's up, Adam? Maxime the Youth. DJ, what's up, DJ? I don't know if I missed you. Hopefully not. See how quick I forget, man? Puya Samadi. I'm assuming you're Persian, right? Chitori. Yeah? How are you? And you got... all right, let's keep going. Okay, let's go next story. Almost made me laugh. Big 50 says, I'm beginning to think the forger has taken over from the Rizzutos, but it's just a rumor for now. Yeah. What's the word? I'm a square, man. I'm a square. I could never even think about any of this, I'm a squarehead, I wasn't once upon a time. Now I'm old, man. I'm a square now, man. 100%. I like to play life safe as possible. Although I'm always on the edge. I don't really have much options in life. I don't have any options. You got individual tied to BFM who was beaten in prison. Do you remember this guy? He was caught, convicted of helping to torch maybe a bunker of the Hells Angels, or he was assisting in the war efforts against the Hells Angels, basically. And then a few months ago, he got caught. Remember, we read that there was a report in prison that he got beat almost lifeless. He was like an inch from losing from life. Completely ravaged inside of prison. Now, many of you said that's what you get for messing with the Hells Angels. Right? Now, I would jump on that and say, you're right. But I don't see it happening out here. So why would it happen in there? It doesn't happen out here. Not that I encourage that, by the way. Not that I'm at all. I'm just a logical person. I try to deduct things, and then I like to see if I'm right or if I'm wrong and have fun with it. But this was a scenario like this, where people, the people were like, haha, here you go. They got their justice. Well, the fact is, maybe we're going to find out. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I'm saying, they're saying there's an article here. The prisoner beat in prison, accusing 6 of his co-detainees. There you go. Co-detainees. Man, so the title was right in front of my face. I should have just known it. So there you have it, guys. He's accusing 6 of his co-detainees. That means that they're the ones who beat him. Co-detainees. Now, let's find out. Who are these co-detainees? Were he co-detained with the Hells Angels? Or would they co-detain him with the gang he's affiliated with? Now, logically speaking, the police know who you're affiliated to. They segregate the prisons, I guess, when they know there's a war going on. They're not stupid to put people that are enemies in the same cell aisle, right? So I'm assuming when they put him in prison, they put him with the BFMers or people affiliated with the BFMers for his own safety. So I haven't read the article yet. I'm trying to make some deductions with you. And then we're going to see. Maybe they don't answer the question. But here it says 6 co-detainees. So could it be the BFM beat him up after he did all that for them? But I'm saying this because I realized, I do remember when on the last article we read, it seems like he admitted guilt to what he was doing. They accused him, and then he's sort of saying things like, yes, I did do it. I did do it for the BFM. Could that have gotten him in trouble with his buddies? Now, I don't know. They said 6 co-detainees. Let's find out. A man accused of attempted offing and 5 other assaults on Maxime Maheu. This is Maxime Maheu, by the way. For 2, I don't understand the sentence. Okay, the sentence makes zero sense to me. It says a man is accused of attempted offing and 5 other assault charges on Maxime Maheu for 2 aggressions that happened in July. Okay, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. Let's look. 6 individuals are accused for 2 violent attacks that happened in prison on a co-detainee tied to the BFM. One of them being officially hit with accusations of attempted murder, so they tried to off him. Maxime Maheu was himself condemned to 5 years of detention on July 17th for a home invasion, 2 criminal fires on a hangar. One of the hangars, or hang around places, like maybe like a type of, I don't know what you call this, warehouse type of spot. That's what the bikers like, because it says it's a hangar of the Dark Souls, a group affiliated to the Hells Angels. Now note what a commenter told us. I believe he said, remember the bunker in Frampton? They said it was belonging to the Red Devils and the Hells Angels. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, if it's factual or not, but someone told us that it first belonged to the Dark Souls, and then it was traded or given or sold maybe, and or occupied after when they left. It got occupied by the Red Devils and the Hells Angels. Maybe that's why in the news reports they couldn't make up their mind who that bunker belonged to. Remember, every other article had someone else? Well, one of those biker groups, which I didn't mention too much, was the Dark Souls. So he went to the Dark Souls hangar. Maybe they moved from there to somewhere else. I don't know. And that somewhere else is one of these hangars. And maybe Maxime Maheu, not maybe, for sure he tried to torch their hang-around spot. Could that be one of the new hang-around spot after they bounced from the previous place? Maybe, I don't know. But it's a stretch on my end. It's kind of a stretch. Yeah, but let's keep going. He was violently beaten. We just told you. Now, this part is going to be interesting, I think. When the sentence starts like this. According to certain information obtained by Le Journal du Québec, the man of 25 years of age was found in his cell on the 24th of July in such a bad state that the correctional agents could not even recognize him. Yeah, they could not recognize who the victim was when they got in the cell. They're like, yo, who is this? Who's inside the cell? Like, they didn't even know it was Maxime Maheu. He looked so different. He would have been disfigured and received numerous fractures. Now, the attack would have happened in a sector or aisle where are located, notably, detainees or individuals detained tied to the BFM. Maheu, an individual without any history. What do you mean? He just got charged with criminal fires and all this. What are you guys talking about? But let's continue to read. Would have contracted an important debt of stupefactors with the organization, which would have led him to do certain contracts for it. Okay, so he may have told the judge this, by the way. When I told you, he told the judge, he admitted, yes, I did work for the BFM. Yes, I did go do that to that place for the BFM. He may have not snitched anyone, but the fact that he just told them, admitted what he did for who, that could have been a reason. But he was doing all that because he was trying to pay off his debts. That's what I guess he told the judge that too. But now the question is, why did they beat him? Did they beat him because he said what I just told you to the judge? Or did they beat him because of knowing they will never get the money back? Now that's up in the air, but it's got to be one of those two, no? Attempted offing. A little bit less than 3 months after the attack, authorities have executed Friday a mandate of arrest against 5 co-detainees who would be behind it. One of them are Cédric Duchesne, So he's getting the attempted murder accusation and another one for assault. He will appear officially in court. Blah blah blah. This is Cédric right there. No, he's okay. Actually, his attempted murder charge. It's not for Maheu, by the way. It's for another person. It happened on October 21, 2021. No, wait. Now they're saying there's no. I apologize. They look like they're charged. No, they are. He did try to off somebody else, but he also did try to charge Maxime Maheu. That's what they're charging him for. Attempting offing of Maxime Maheu as well. Sorry about that. The individual, 28 years old. Now, who are they talking about? Cédric? Okay, Cédric is 28. Was already detained for 2 previous processes for murder and attempted murder, since I already said the word. I dinged my own video. And he would be implicated in the death of Michel Petit, shanked close to the pyramid in Sainte-Foy in October 2021. His 4 co-accused, Nicolas Laverdière Bernier and Johan Terrien, Mathis Blackburn, and William Patry, are all facing assault charges or bodily harm. I don't know how you translate this stuff. My apologies. The legal jargon, it's not really translatable unless you really know the legal jargon, basically. It's not common sense French, It's legal technical stuff with beautiful big words. All right. So this is Laverdière there, looking cool for the cameras because smiling ain't no thing. You can't smile, man. It'll make you look soft and weak, and it won't fit your Facebook for the ladies, Laverdière Bernier has been condemned to a sentence of 45 months in September for trafficking stupefires, okay? He would have been implicated in a riot in Roberval prison last winter. An event where Mathis Blackburn had got 11 months of detention. Okay, I don't care too much about this, man. I want to just see what we got here. Okay. I want to double check. Look, you see the name here? So he had co-accused. He co-accused, right? I just want to turn your attention so we can note this for the future. Yeah, I know it's kind of boring until we get to this stuff. That's why I do this. That's why I meticulously go over it, So we have a William Patry here, one of his co-accused of our friend Cédric Duchesne, who is being accused of attempting to off Maxime Maheu inside of that prison in the aisle that belongs to the BFM, right? So far we're good? So he has 4 co-accused. One of them, I want you to note, is William Patry. And it comes to here. Patry, as for him, would have been implicated in a kidnapping tied to the stupefier wars in Charlevoix in April. Now, there's a stupefier war in Charlevoix in April. Now, let me just double check here. We're probably good. We're probably really good. I just need to make sense of this. Is that Charlevoix, guys? Is that the Charlevoix they're talking about? Man, okay, my computer. Yeah, I have to look at it like this. Okay. Oh, good. So you have Quebec City here. You would drive all the way here. So that's not necessarily the same war. Is there another war going there, or is it the same one with the Hells Angels? I don't know. Someone's going to have to educate this, help us, plug us in to understand what they're talking about. This is important. This is important for our understanding, This can open up doors for us. This is going to open up doors for us. I really, if anyone has any idea, what's this stupefier war in Charlevoix? Is this a local thing happening over there? Because remember, Patry and the other guy just are helping the BFM, right? They're helping the BFM. That's the BFM aisle. They're beating up the targets. But they're talking about a super war in Charlevoix. Which one is it? Is this still BFM versus the Hells Angels over there, or is there a local group fighting it over there? It's pretty important. If anyone can figure it out, it will help us out to know how these gangs work, how everything ties together. Another aggression, and we'll see if we can skip this or not. The violent attempt of offing was not the first attack against Maheu after his recent incarceration. In the previous days, the man was also beaten the first time by two individuals who will appear on Friday. Now, who are these two individuals? Amael Lebel, Johan Terrien. This last one would be implicated in another aggression. This Johan Terrien, we can also accused of sequestration. Now, we can't jump to conclusions here, but the sequestration stuff is what BFM's been doing. But anyone can do it, right? So I can't say too much. But remember, that's the BFM people. So, all right. Man, you ding my video, you freaking jerk. Not you guys. The guy with the finger and the picture right there. You know. All right, that's it. So that's all we get for today, man. Well, I guess that's enough. Been an hour. Oh, no. Well, look, guys. Terror and extortion in downtown Montreal. So the old port, right? We've seen this. Remember, the guy walks in. My video got dinged for that. He walks in, and he starts swinging, not at people necessarily, but with a hammer, and he starts breaking tables. He goes behind here, and he hits the counter. He breaks the dishes, the glasses and all that. Remember that? So this spot had received threats of extortion, and then they came and carried out the orders. Someone came and carried out the orders. Let's see what we got. Do we have an update or no? This is today. They just added this today. Now remember, we had 5 people arrested earlier. All right, it says that. So the police of Montreal want to send a clear message to people who have been doing this, threatening restaurants and all that, by performing a series of arrests. They're saying we're going to be over them, but I want to know, did you arrest people for this or not? 3 young ones, aged of 14 years, were recently arrested for comparable crimes. So they're not saying it's for this one. Remember, that's the one we talked about earlier. So the one we talked about earlier with the 5 arrests is comparable to this, but it's not this. Okay, just to be clear. Now, look at this, interesting. The people who've been doing this. Note, the cop says, I can guarantee you that there will be more arrests coming. So they already know who they're going for. Whoever you are out there, note your time's coming. The 30-year-old man, a filmed attack. The man of 30 years old of age was accused of trying to extort money from owners of 2 restaurants in the last months. So they caught the guy for this one. I know we covered it last time, but I don't know I don't remember if that article said they caught him. So easy to forget for me. I just do too much of this stuff, you know. But for the record, I'm trying to remember now. The guy who came here, he got busted. 30 years old. His name, they gave him the name Nesfield. He says that Nesfield would be, yeah, that's it. Nesfield, well, no, Nesfield might be the restaurant. I apologize here. The man's 30 years old, yes. They caught someone, it looks like, because he's been accused. But the restaurant, no, that is not the restaurant. The restaurant is Maui on Rue de la Montagne. I do remember. The restaurant name was Maui. So Nesfield's got to be the guy. That's the name. That's the name of the guy, Nesfield. He's also, except the one in the old port here, called Maui, he's suspected to be the individual masked. No, yeah, saying that no, they're still talking about here. They're suspecting Nesfield of being the guy to come do this. His message was clear to the owners. Deposit a sum of $100,000 to this criminal network. A couple of days later, the restaurant receives another threatening message. Inside of the envelope was the bullet, remember? Now, the accusation in court is against Tavon Nesfield. Reveals that this last one they're saying that he was caught during the summer at Hidden Fish. I guess it's a restaurant, Hidden Fish, where they had also demanded, according to our information, Journal du Québec, a sum of $100,000. Okay. Now I understand what they were trying to say. So he didn't get caught last time, but they probably suspect him of, during the summer, also extorting another restaurant called Hidden Fish. Let's look at Hidden Fish quickly, man. Just to look at the location, see if things are checking out with the locations. It's so beautiful when you get a perfect picture. This is Hidden Fish. Now remember the stories. Where are we? Hidden Fish is here. The rest of the actions, the other extortion attempts were here. Remember to talk about where were we, pal? This was going to Wellington. See what I was telling you earlier? Wellington goes to the southwest, but it does come into downtown core here. And when we covered the map last time and they named us numerous restaurants or places, they were in this area. They were in this sort of area. I can't remember too well here with Rue de la Montagne. Yeah, it had to be like somewhere around this circle. Now the Benamore one, the fire is going to be somewhere up here. See, it's not far, right? You understand? Look at Montreal. You understand what I'm trying to tell you here? This is the whole island. Look how close we are. Everything I'm telling you is happening. Benamore is here. The extortions they're talking about, the three gangs, is here. Do you see? But look at the whole size of Montreal there. So you understand what I'm saying? This is no coincidence. Everything's happening here. Now the Hidden Fish that they targeted, right here. This is where the Hidden Fish is. Let's continue. So they asked $100,000 from Hidden Fish, and then they went for the Maui restaurant. He says it's on Rue de la Montagne. So Maui is on Rue de la Montagne. Look, this is Rue de la Montagne. It starts down here, if you will. You follow this, Rue de la Montagne. You go up. Doesn't it cross Sushi Hidden Fish too? So Sushi Hidden Fish and Maui, the one here on the tape, on Rue de la Montagne. It all checks out. So he went to both of them. That area they want to control. What do we have here? Okay, so let's keep going. Yeah, see, he says it was a neighboring establishment that received an envelope with bullets inside. But he says it was probably by mistake. So they wanted to send one to Hidden Fish, and they instead gave the bullet to a store nearby. I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense to me. They tell you to go to Hidden Fish. It's not hard to find Hidden Fish, you know. Let's keep going. Aviana Thompson, 20 years old. Yeah, I'm gonna forget this. Someone was there and she saw when the just to note the pattern here. They come in, they give you an envelope with a bullet inside and probably a letter. Inside the letter it says, "Pay us $100,000." Okay, that's the pattern. When you don't do it, note this. See, Aviana Thompson was inside the restaurant, I think, and someone discharged a firearm towards the restaurant, a drive-by. Same pattern again. And you note, for the other thing they do is, you didn't pay the extortion, they send the guy to come in, he walks in, he starts breaking stuff all around. Savage people, man. But don't worry, the government will give him 10 years, and then he'll say, but time served, and excuses. Let's give him. He has 1 year and a half left. Some stupid stuff like this. Then they're wondering why these guys keep doing it. But you know what? In an ironic way, I guess you guys. The tragic thing is, we should encourage you to do it. You should encourage you to do it so that you can make it look more ridiculous, and eventually they'll wake up to what's going on in this country. Go keep doing it, man. You're gonna change the laws. You don't know when to stop. Do it and keep playing with fire. Keep playing with fire. You're gonna see what's gonna happen after that. But they'll really throw the book at people like you after. You keep going. Keep going. Play with the fire. Make Quebec and Canada look stupid. Make us all look like we're complete clowns. I actually appreciate that, because I've been saying it, and I look like the crazy John the Baptist over there, just screaming in the wild. But if I keep doing this, I guess, I'm not really encouraging this. You understand my sarcasm here. If you keep doing this, burning these buildings and with women and children and you're there's no winning. You know that, right? Whoever you are out there. Not my viewers. Not my viewers. It's not talking about you. I'm talking about the other guys, the other people. I know you're listening, But I'm trying to give you some common sense advice, some real stuff. You cannot win. You cannot win committing evil. Not because of the law, not because of police, not because of any of that. It's just the law of how the universe works. Can you play with fire and not get burnt? Can you take a mortal risk every single day, high risk, or can you just say, I'm going to commit crimes and I'm never going to get caught? Anyone who thinks like that is an idiot. If you want to commit crimes, expect one day or later to get caught. You're going to get caught somewhere down the line, somewhere for something. Might not be the main thing, it will be something else. But you keep playing with fire, you will burn yourself. There's no winning, You cannot continue with evil. Evil does not end well, because you will shoot yourself in the foot, basically, by committing evil. Even if it's not this. Let's put this aside. Just evil acts. It's not going to work for you. Eventually, it will not. You're your worst enemy. This has nothing to do with me or the cops or anyone else. It's just how the universe really does work. Should know that. Let's keep going. So, yeah, let's see if we know that. All right, I guess we're good. Wow. Yeah, thank you for joining me, guys. Long stream, 1 hour, but yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one, and let me just, I'm not gonna read I'm gonna read them myself, but I don't want to hold people hostage. I want to read them. I guarantee you I'm gonna read them. Have a good one, friend. Have a great night, and you're enjoying your Friday, man. We're hanging out. Fine, I'm gonna read it, because it is Friday. It's good. We're hanging out. Actually, it just crossed my mind. It's Friday. We're hanging out. You don't need to go to work tomorrow. Let's see what you crafty ones are saying. What kind of crafty? All jokes, Forger, you're the best. Thank you, bud. You're the best. Puya as well. He's the best. How you say this? Chetorib, Baradar. Huh? Where are we at? Yeah, I don't take compliments well. It says best organized crime channel on YouTube, facts, not fiction. The channel deserves to grow. Yeah, I would. Unfortunately, how you say, the world is a weighing machine. There's the voting, and then there's the weighing. I'm losing the game, basically. I'm losing the game, but I watch people. I've seen a guy. He's not even in this genre. I picked the wrong genre to do whatever I'm trying to do. I picked the absolute wrong genre. And also, you need to have images on the screen. You need to have a camera pointing at your face. You got to do all the things, at the minimum, that is, which Forger is not willing to do, my friend. He likes his privacy, And when someone says, Forger, what are you like? Who are you? My answer to that is, I am whoever you want me to be. I'm in your imagination, and I don't want to ruin that. I want you to decide who I am, pal. I'm whatever you say, and there's no wrong answer to that. So, thanks a lot. Kind words. They were overcrowded, still are. He's talking about the prisons. Of course, I can't imagine the situation it caused when you're a gang member. True, Max agreed. If I did, I could not talk about it anyway. I guess we're going to know. No worries, past Quebec. Yeah, up to Côte-Nord, I guess it's the cool spot. He's talking about the war. I think I could follow. He's talking about the war in Charlevoix. I'm wondering, so you think it's gangs fighting each other there? That's what they're talking about. Mr. Green Thumb says, it goes from Vancouver to BC to New Brunswick. Not sure what we're talking about here. The stupefiers are everywhere. It's all going through Ontario to get to the east. I heard that. It makes sense. Mr. Green, Ontario here since the 70s. What's coming this way, sir? It's probably talking about the stupefiers. Yeah, it's probably talking about stupefiers, but we had more than 200 arrested in Ontario recently in connection to this. I'm not sure what we're talking about. Yeah, because I'm no longer sure. We got François Tremblay. What's up, buddy? Bienvenue, bro. How it goes, François? That's it. On the job, broski. He's working, man. He's working at this hour. Roy Anderson says, money is not worth it. I agree. Big 50, you are in Ontario like me. You should see all the arrests and immigration playing a role in this story. Hey, not a bad job if you are chilling here with us on YouTube. It's on Rue La Montagne. I'm not sure what we're talking about anymore. Yeah, night shift. Okay, he's working the night shift. The graveyard, huh? Be safe. I used to do security in the graveyard shift. That was the best, man. That was the best. Can avoid people, man. Can avoid the toxic people, man. I hate working with people, man. I wouldn't mind with you, but the generally people, they piss me off, They're inconsiderate. Every time I feel like I'm holding my breath around people, man. Very rarely I meet people like you guys. Yes, Mr. Green, been so busy I haven't been keeping up lately, but Forger, you fine folks catch me up. It's all nice there. Big 50, did you hear about all the car thefts in the province? They are all sold in MTL. Oh man, my screen just jumped. Man, why did my screen jump like that? I lost my chat with you guys wherever I was. Yeah, there you go. Now I found it. Roy Anderson, it's called Big Pharma. What's going to happen? Oh, okay, Mr. Green. Yes, that I couldn't miss. The car thefts have been insane. You can't leave a car idling for seconds. Damn, man. François says human filth. Big Pharma, too much power. Yeah, man, way too much power, man. They're giving, they're giving these pills to anyone, and they're hoping it works, basically. They're hoping it works, but then there's tons of people that stop taking them, and they suffer side effects for years, and then they don't even call them withdrawal syndromes. They say it's discontinuation. You only get it for 2-4 weeks. Yet you have people online who are talking about they have it for years and years. They never come back to normal. But they throw it at you and hope the shit fits. Something will stick on the wall. I think that, me personally, I think the psychiatry is a scam, bro. I truly think it's a scam. For a few people, might be it, but I think a lot of people are taking it, and they're no better, they're worse off. Or they're no better, no worse off, but now you are worse off because a lot of them will never be able to get off of it, even if they want to. And it creates a host of effects, man. We need our Crafty One Club vests. Forget about it, bud. Never sell you guys anything. Ontario chapter. John the Baptist. That's it. The crazy person, dude. The crazy man on the side yelling from the rooftops, but nobody will listen. They'll just say he's the crazy guy. Telling you all to repent. It's Friday Hangout. I did ask if you needed help. Not sure where we're at. Evil acts. You're right. The world has a funny way of equaling itself, my man. Oh, yeah, about the evil acts. Yeah, I like when you guys put that in. It helps me know what you're talking about, you know? I appreciate that. I wouldn't have known what you were talking about. Gotcha. Yeah, that's it. They don't understand, guys. You know, I'm not saying you got to be religious, but there's a section of the Bible. Forget the religious part if you don't like it. There's a section called the Proverbs. These are wisdom, sayings of wisdom that'll be very helpful for your life. Forget the religion part if you're not into it. Don't worry, it's not religious. There's some wisdom there. You look at the Proverbs part, read that stuff. And if you have any heart, it's gonna touch you, and you're gonna realize, maybe you're gonna see some things in there that concur with your life, and you're gonna realize that maybe some of the other stuff is true as well. And no, I'm not talking about Jesus Christ or anything. I'm talking about the Proverbs part. It's sayings of wisdom. The Buddha in the Buddhists, they have lots of scriptures, but yeah, they got tons, and I've just began delving into this. But they do have a sayings of the Buddha. I forgot what it's called. But the sayings of the Buddha, it sounds a lot like the Proverbs in the Bible. That too, you read that, you'll get a bunch of wisdom. If you read that, you'll figure out real quick why and how in your heart there's no winning if you're doing evil. There's truly no winning. You're shooting yourself in the foot. You're gonna be your worst enemy yourself. It's not the other people who are your worst enemy. You are your own worst enemy. Now, you're going to have to figure it out on your own why, because I cannot possibly give you the answer. I'm not that smart, but it's there, You're going to be able to figure it out if you're doing that any evil stuff, such as the people we're reading about in the newspaper. 7:30 to 7:30, 12 hours, 3 nights in a row. Nice, dude. Yeah, man. I used to have that shift when I was doing security. Well, I had 4 days and then 3 days off. That's life, bro. That's life. 10 hours, like you was 10 hours. No, you was 12. I was 10. 10 for 4 days. I was doing my 40 hours like this. God, that was beautiful. Then I had 3 days off. And the problem was the commute took me 2.5 to 3 hours. 2.5 to 3 hours per day on one way. Then I had to do that again. So I was traveling 5 to 6 hours. In fact, I told you guys, I streamed it while it was happening. I couldn't do it anymore, man. I just couldn't do it anymore. So I was working from, I think it was midnight till 8 in the morning. Was that it? Midnight till 8 or midnight to 10. I can't remember. But I was reaching about 40. I was doing overtime sometimes, but it was 40 to 50 hours. But I just couldn't do the commute after a while, man. But that was yeah, I could if a commute wasn't there, But man, that was an easy gig, to be honest. That was the easiest gig I could get. But yeah, it took me Took me 2 years to get it, but guess what? 5-6 hours per day commute. Just couldn't do it, man. I was going crazy. So imagine you don't even have your day. You only work. You're only alive at night. Yeah, I'm telling you, it does something to your brain. Working at midnight till 8, then you come home and you need to sleep and you wake up, it's dark again. You're in Canada, it's minus 30 outside. There's a snowstorm, you're driving, it's dangerous. All you see is darkness and danger. And you're just repeating this day after day, man. That was horrible. But it was the commute that did it for me. It was demoralizing, man. But I liked it, but I just couldn't do the 6 hours per day, man, or 5 or 6 hours per day. I could not do it anymore. And then imagine you commuting 6 hours a day to go work 10, 12 hours, not 12, no, like 8 to 10 hours, and then you go to sleep, wake up, it's night again. It's literally night again, and you have to do another 3 hours of commute. That was not life, bro. But yeah. And where were we here? That's why you have to read the comment at the same time to make sense. I am. That's what I'm doing. No, I'm reading That's why you have to read the comments at the same time to make sense. Yeah, I don't know what you mean, man. I am reading. That's what I'm doing. I'm reading it and trying to figure it out. Bobby says universal law. What comes around goes around. François Tremblay. Tabarnak, those last 2 hours are hard. Switching back to the day shift ain't no easy peasy. Yeah. Now, if you switch to the day shift, now you have no peace of mind. Now that secretary is actually in the office right next to you, the fake people are all around kissing the ass of the supervisor right next to you, and everyone's worshiping him, but he's the biggest bully ever. And everyone's telling him he's such a wonderful person, and you're sitting there and you're like, no, you're not. You're actually a terror to be around. But it's like the world upside down, gaslighting, you know? And you're going to work? Well, there's traffic. You coming back? There's traffic. You know what I mean? Like, or you're at work. Everyone's there now. You're forced to be around people who I just hate being around the usual people, not people like you and some kind people, considerate people. That's a different game. But they're not. Go drive your car. Go drive your car. Don't tell me you're surrounded by kind, considerate people while you're driving, for example. And those are the people that get out of the car too, you know? They don't give a ish. And then it becomes the law of force, the law of who's the strongest, who's the most bold, who's the most this. I get tired of this, man. I get tired of everyone after a while. That's why the security guard job, night shift, was the best, you know? That was the best. But yeah, the other stuff to worry about, man. It says, Mr. Green says, it's a nightmare working late. It is, man. It is. While you're doing the show, read the comments at the same time if you can. Yeah, definitely. I do read them, but I'm reading the text, you know? I'm reading the text. If I read the comments at the same time, I might, you know what I mean? I got to interrupt every 5 seconds. Then people are already bored with the translations. So I'm already barely they're already barely latching on, but yeah. And I used to read the comments all the time too, you know. And if I just interrupt constantly reading the comments, I don't get through the article fast enough. Then we go on a tangent all the time too, you know. I've tried it all, believe me. I did try everything from the beginning. We've tried everything. Every time you're good, you know. It has nothing to do with you. I'm going to say something that has nothing to do with you. I regularly get to, just be clear here, it's not for you, Mr. Green, at all. I regularly get people dishing at me, you know? It's not you. You're not dishing. I get people dishing at me, criticizing how I do something, and it doesn't cross their mind that I've tried a bunch of different things, and I know what I'm willing to do, what I'm not willing to do, or how much effort it goes into that. Some people tell me, you need to do this. Not you, though. Be clear, you know? I know it sounds like it. It's not. Because what you said is nothing. The other people are telling me, they're like, do this and it's going to cost me fucking 8 hours of work, you know? Little do they know, you got some, channel's not going to grow if I do anything at all. It's just the way it is. This is the way it's going to go from now on for the future, you know? I made my bed and I have to sleep in it, you know? There's no changing that. I did everything you can imagine. I tried them, I've tried them. I see what happens. It says, I get it, and I get why I would get shot if I did what you do here. I don't know what you mean. No one wants to shoot you, man. It's not a diss, but good. Anyways, guys, have a good night. Yeah, I guess Francois said it. Good night. Stay safe, and yeah, have a good night, bud, everyone.